The diary of a woman who refuses to choose one dream as a reality. Let's go. A 20-year-old pharmacy student studying at one of the top, in fact, studying at the best pharmacy school in the province, on my way to make the dean's merit list, juggling academia, content creation, and business, owns a hair care brand that has helped many, many, many women grow their hair. A high school tutor with a 99% pass rate for all of my students. From pharmacy to business, my goal is simple, just to achieve results and to help others do the same. Hi, my love. Welcome back. If you have not been here, it's okay. You're here now. We're in June. What have you accomplished? Nothing? Okay. Let's change that. Or have you accomplished the stuff that you have accomplished but not happy because you want more? It's okay, girl. I can relate. So let's change that. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time to start is now. So here's a little glimpse as to how I plan my goals. And I'm going to do it right here with you. As a busy student, a busy entrepreneur, I do not have a lot of time to be implementing 12-step routines. I just don't. So here is how I incorporate new things as we enter or as we approach the... Is this Q2 or is this Q3? As we approach the third quarter, or as we're already in the third quarter. So as we enter the third quarter, let's go. First things first, you need to pray and you need to fast about your goals. Over here, we don't just plan our goals on our own. We have to incorporate God into everything that we do because, hello, He is the author and the finisher. Hello, He is the one, like, His plans are greater than yours and mine combined. So first and foremost, fast and pray about the goals that you want to achieve in this next quarter. I've broken up everything into 7 different categories of my life, and those 7 categories are the stuff that mean the most to me. You can have 3, you can have 2, you can have 1, however many you want. But here's how I did it. We have academia, we've got business, we've got fashion, we've got fitness, we've got faith, and we've got content and personal development. 7. These are the 7 most important things to me, and these are the things that I feel like if I constantly work on and improve, I'm always going to be a better person. I will continue to level up. Leveling up is not just in a season, this is a lifelong process. So here's what I did. 1, academia. You can tell, if you didn't tell, I'm a very busy person. I do not have a lot of time to be implementing a lot of things. So the plan is I'm just going to implement one small change to my routine that will elevate everything, that will make it so much more easier for me to accomplish my goals each and every time, because this is the one thing that I should be doing but I'm not doing, but the thing that will get me closest to my goal. You following? Cool. So for academia, personally, I know that the one thing that I'm going to be doing differently is going to my lectures prepared. I have become a victim, especially in this semester, of seeing the content for the very first time. And how I'm going to change that is beforehand. So right now I am on holiday, yay me. And now I am taking the time out every day just to go through the work that I'm supposed to be doing next semester. I know it might seem like a lot of work, but if you really think about it, me going through the work now and starting to understand it now, it's going to save me so much more time next semester, because it's just less work for me to do because I already understand the work. So the one thing that I'm going to be doing differently is going through my work before the lectures, and how that looks like, because I need an actionable step. What that looks like is me every night before I fall asleep, instead of scrolling on TikTok, guilty. Instead of scrolling on TikTok, I am going to use that time and peruse through my lecture notes. I believe that if I just do that one thing, that's going to make a world of a difference, because I'll not be seeing the information for the first time. That is academia. 2, business. For me, this one is directly linked to content creation, because the growth of my business is directly linked to how much content I produce. So I'm going to speak of business and content creation as one, right? I need to, one, at the beginning of every week when I schedule my posts for YouTube or whatever, I need to schedule out, sit down, film, and record all my content for the business for that week, because I know myself. In the middle of the week, I'm coming back from class, I've got my lectures, I've got my practicals, I've got my tutorials, I've got tests. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm just a girl, and I get tired. Trust me, believe I get tired. So the one thing that I will be doing differently in the next quarter is sitting and scheduling out my content at the beginning of the week for that week, because more exposure is more sales. And again, I'm not really doing this for the sales, but I do know that I have been slacking in the content side of my business, and that is why my business has not been growing. Again, this is only one thing that I need to do. I just need to film and edit all the content that goes out. That's just two things. And these two things is going to make a world of a difference. Trust me, I know, because I've not been doing them. And there was a time where I have been doing it and I have seen results. So I know what I'm talking about. Thirdly, health. So if you look at my previous video, I spoke about wanting to learn how to play a new sport. I have. And for this quarter, I'm not really going to change too much. I'm actually really proud of myself. Hey, let me just give myself this credit. Amidst the busyness of the semester, I learned how to play a new sport, which was really tough because I really did not have the time to do so. But I made it work. So for health, I'm going to continue what I've been doing last quarter. Is every week I have practice and I go and I play my sport. I love it. I enjoy it. That's how I stay fit, and that's how I give myself a break from academia. That has worked for me. But the one thing that I do plan on changing is incorporating eating healthier. Last quarter, I cut out a lot of junk food, which I have noticed a difference, but I went from one extreme to the other. So I went from eating a lot of junk food to now not eating enough healthy food altogether. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is try to find a balance in between, and that is by eating more fruit. I found like it's much easier for me to stay healthy and to sustain myself throughout the day by eating fruit, because then I am getting something to eat, but also I am getting my nutrients in. A win is a win, and I'm no longer hungry after I eat my banana, as I like bananas. So that's the one thing that I'm going to be doing for health. Fourth, personal development. I'm not going to change too much with this one, but because of how busy I am, at the end of the day, I do get really tired and I do not have the strength to read, because I used to read at night. And since earlier on, I've replaced the time that I would have spent scrolling. I'm now going to go through my lecture notes. So that time block that I would have done that is occupied. Now, what I've then decided to do is listening to podcasts. I used to do this a lot in first year. I don't know why I stopped, but I can definitely tell a difference. If you go from consuming a lot of informative and educational content to consuming a lot of nonsense, you can tell, like, I can tell the difference from when how I think, how I process things, how I approach life now compared to in first year when I was consuming a lot of educational stuff. And this is apart from school. I can tell the difference, and I want to get back there. And I know what I used to do then was listen to a lot of podcasts, and I am going to do that. So the one actionable step that I'm going to do is to have podcasts pre-downloaded on my phone on YouTube, so that I don't have to worry about trying to find Wi-Fi and then trying to download the content and then only listen to it. Like, the whole point is just to reduce the friction between when you want to do it and when you actually start. So the one actionable step that I will do now is just to eliminate that whole time that I would spend trying to look for content, and just pre-download content right now. Whenever I'm done listening to something, delete and replace it with another thing. And then when I will actually listen to it is when I am commuting. So going from one place to the next, instead of listening to music all the time, and listen to a podcast. I used to do this all the time. I loved it. Don't know why I stopped, but definitely gonna get back onto it. So that's the actionable step that I will be taking for personal development. Fifth, fashion. And when I say fashion, I don't just mean clothes. I mean just my outer appearance. The actionable step that I'll be taking is putting time blocking in my calendar, dates when I have to get my maintenance done. What this means is, I know I usually keep in a hairstyle for about 2 months. Like 2 months, that's how long my protective styles usually last. So I know that for the next 2 months, I'm sorted. I'm not really gonna worry too much about my hair, right? Because I just got this done. Now, there's other stuff that does not last me as long. For example, my lashes, for example, my nails. Now, the actionable step is taking out my phone and then time blocking 2 weeks from now, when I know I need to change my lashes or do my nails, a reminder so that I don't forget that I need to get them done. And if you are someone who likes to, or if you're someone that goes to your nail tech or your lash tech to get your nails done, then if you can, pre-booking your appointments for that day every month, then you know that that day it's definitely going to happen. That way you reduce the time that you spend, or you reduce the time in between sets, and you're always done up, you're always looking good. If you do your things, if you do your nails and your lashes on your own, having that reminder on your phone so that you don't forget to do them. When it comes to clothes, going to bed with the clothes already laid out for tomorrow is a game changer, trust me. Because there's nothing worse than waking up in the morning and you pull something out, or in fact waking up in the morning and having to spend longer than you intended because you need to look for an outfit. That's like extremely frustrating. So if you can get your outfits done the night before, so that the morning of you reduce the mental, like, you don't need to spend that much time or mental energy trying to pick an outfit because you already did it. Again, the whole point is to work smart and not hard. This should have actually been first, but faith. The one thing that I've been doing is, in the beginning of the week, or whenever I finish my plan, I pick a verse that I want to memorize. And that verse, after I do my devotion, I spend a few minutes actually writing out that verse so that it helps me memorize it faster. So when you transcribe the verse, I actually learned this from the Bible plan that I just finished now. When you transcribe the verse, it there's something calming about it. So that's something that I'm going to continue doing, and I'm going to take with me into the next quarter. Last but not least, content creation. For YouTube, I am going to consistently just, Sundays are my days where I just prepare for the week, film and prepare for the week. And on that day, that's where I'm just going to schedule out all my posts for the week or for the next 2 weeks, so that I don't have to think about it in between the week. Because in between the week, my mind is occupied by school and work. I have nothing else. There's nothing else that I'm doing in the week, because that's all that I can do in the week. So being able to schedule out posts for TikTok and YouTube is honestly a game changer, and it is what has helped me extremely in the last quarter. I know there was a time where I did fall off a little bit, but that's because I didn't schedule the next film date, and then it just never came. That's why I say time blocking it and including it in your schedule, in your calendar, is going to be the biggest. It is the best thing, the biggest. That is it from me. That is how I plan my goals for the next quarter. At the end of Q3, I am going to do another video just like I did at the end of Q2, where we sit down with the goals and we come back and we talk, find out, have we made progress, have we not made progress, or what do we need to change, what are we keeping, and then we reevaluate and we move on from there. I think this is the 1 year when I have learned so much about myself, and I have done so much. I've already accomplished so much. I just don't like talking about my accomplishments online because it's personal to me, but take my word for it, I've done a lot. Your girl has done a lot in the last few months. But now it's your time too. So click off this video and go do something. Take out a pen and a paper, and now it's your turn. Plan your goals and let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to. Goodbye, my love.